Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa, one of your youth librarians here at the Westerville Public Library. I'm going to show you how to access and use Culturegrams, one of our free databases you can access with your Westerville Public Library card. You can learn about local customs and traditions from more than 200 countries around the world. You can discover what daily life is like, learn a new recipe, or you can find information for the report you need to write. Let's get started. You're going to begin by going to the Westerville Public Library's website. You can do this by typing www.westervillelibrary.org or just type in Westerville Public Library into Google, and then give it a click. Once it loads, we're going to head to the database section. You can find this over here where it says Books, Movies, and More. So let's give that a click. Then, the very last option is Research and Databases. Let's use that. The Research and Database section has a lot of databases to choose from, but we're going to scroll all the way to the very last section, which is Students, Kids, and Teens. And then Culturegrams is the second option, so we're going to go ahead and choose that one. This will bring you to the home page of Culturegrams. It gives you a little summary about what the database is about, and then it says Go to Website. We're going to choose that. You will be asked to put in your library card number and your PIN number, so you'll go ahead and do so. This is the main interface of Culturegrams. There's a few options. There's World Edition, States Edition, Kids Edition, and Province Edition. We're going to focus on the Kids Edition. This is great for 4th graders and older. So let's go ahead and give that a click. This is the main interface of Culturegrams. Like I said before, this is great for 4th graders and older who want to do reports, just learn new facts, and explore countries around the world. Here in the center of the page is a map with the 7 continents. There's a selection of tabs up here with some different content, photos, slideshows, videos, interviews, famous people, recipes, flags, and then graphs and tables. You can also just search for things up here in the upper right-hand search bar. And then over here on the left, it shows you some new things that are going on in Culturegrams. And that will be changed as new things get updated. And you can interact with this in several ways. If you know what you're looking for, just come over here and search it. So for example, if we want to search for the country Brazil, we'll just type it in and hit search, just like a Google search bar. And you can see there's 37 items for Brazil. There's general information, and it'll give you a little summary, population, money and economy. So let's say you were doing a report about the money and economy. You can give this a click, and it'll give you all sorts of information. And if you notice, over here on the left, there's some more information about land and climate, population, history, lifestyle, so what kind of food they eat, their government, all sorts of information you would need for a report. And throughout Culturegrams, it also will allow you to create a citation. So if you're writing a report and need to make a bibliography, it's super easy. You just choose your format, whether it's APA or MLA, give it a click, and it makes it for you. You can just copy and paste this into your bibliography. Isn't that amazing? You can also print this or view it as a PDF. And if you want to go back home to just the Brazil home, or you can also go back to the main page or use one of the navigation bars at the top to choose a different subject. You can also search for photos. If you need a picture for your report or poster board, here is where you go. You can say, I know Brazil is in the Americas, and then you're going to search for Brazil. And there's all sorts of photos you can choose from. So let's say we want to look at this colorful street is. Here's the photo. It gives you information about what the photo is, and it can generate a citation, so you can put this in your bibliography. Again, that is awesome. When we're done, we just click on out. And if we want to go back to the main page, we can go back to the Kids Edition. You can also click on the continent, and it'll give you all the countries, so you can see where Brazil is, and click on Brazil, and get the information that way. If you wanted to make a Brazilian recipe, you can come here under Recipes, find your correct letter, go to Brazil, and it'll give you food that you can make. So if you wanted to treat your family or your friends to some delicious Brazilian food, here you go. Here are some recipes. You can also create graphs and tables to compare and contrast different countries. So for example, if you were doing a report on Brazil and you wanted to compare it to the United States, we can build your own and we could say what kind of information. So let's look at a graph. So first we have to pick the countries we're interested in. So let's find Brazil, and we're going to click that. And then let's scroll down to the bottom. Did you notice they're alphabetical? We're going to find the United States. And to click more than one country, you make sure you hit the Control key or your keyboard. There we go. And then we want to choose the categories we're interested in. So I want to know which country is bigger and which has more people. So that's population and area. And then we're going to create the graph. And now you can see, here's Brazil, here's the United States. Over here is square miles. And we can see that the United States is bigger than Brazil. And here's population. And we can also see on this that the United States also has more people. So you could print these off, put them in your reports, and have all sorts of information easily visible. So I'm going to click out of this, and we can go back again to the main page if you'd like. Or we can also look at famous people. So let's say we're looking at famous people in Brazil. We're going to choose B, we're going to find Brazil, and we can give you all sorts of information about famous people and who they are and what they've done. Again, if you want to cite something for a bibliography in your report, you just click it, and it gives you the information right there, copy and paste. So as you can see, Culturegrams is a great place to find information about countries all over the world. Use your library card, log in, and explore. Learn new things, get information for school reports, and just have some fun. If you have any questions, make sure that you send us an email at kids@westervillelibrary.org, and we can help you with any information that you need. Thanks for listening, and happy learning.